Hey, hey, hey! I hope you're thriving on this Thursday. It's your favorite remote work enthusiast, Delilah, and I said, you know what? I am going to rain down leads on y'all, okay? I've got a bunch of leads. And if you're like, Delilah, where do you get all of these hot leads from? Extra Leads Club, okay? These are all from today, but there are even better leads that we have in Extra Leads Club from today. If you have not joined Extra Leads Club, what are you doing, okay? We have not raised prices. And the reason is because I want everybody on this channel to have zero excuses as to why they cannot get Extra Leads Club for just 10 bucks a month. Okay, that is less than $1 a day. That's like a few cents a day to have your own personal VA looking for hot leads for you. And we upload them to Extra Leads Club every single weekday, bright and early. And when you log into Extra Leads Club, it's gonna look like this. A lot of folks have had questions recently about, okay, I logged in, but where are the leads? You gotta choose a day or a date range. So let's say, for example, you want to see what was uploaded today in Extra Leads Club. There's a couple of ways you can do it. You can just put in the date from the calendar like this, or you can do a quick search by just choosing today. Or if you're like, I want to see all of the leads from, the week or whatever, you can do whichever option. You can select it from the calendar or right there, the presets. And then you're going to see everything, the lead as well as the glass door to the company. And we give you a lot of information at a glance. So when I tell you this is a great resource for your job search, I'm not just saying it because it's my resource that me and the team have. It really helps you find companies that hire for specific things, whether it's I want someone who hires in California, or I want someone who hires for insurance adjusting, or whatever the thing is. We have a back catalog in Extra Leads Club that goes back for years. So when I tell y'all I'm on these job boards every single day, I'm not playing. You can go to Extra Leads Club and see the proof in the pudding. So anywho, shameless plug, okay? Ain't no shame in my game. Get you some Extra Leads Club. And now let's jump into the first company. All right, y'all. So the first company is Allstate. They have a couple of leads that I want to spotlight. I'm going to give you guys the 1-2 because I have so many leads to share. Now, in case you have never heard of Allstate or you just want to research them, which is always great, go to their Glassdoor and you can see all of their stuff at a glance. Huge company, 10,000 plus employees, tons and tons of reviews, like 11,000 plus, and you can research, all the details. Now, the first lead that I want to get into is for their claims admin position. And if you are interested in claims, if you have a background in claims, Allstate is, a company that offers remote claims opportunities. Now, in this role, they say that you're specifically going to be the Process Central Services Associate 3, and you're going to perform moderately complex claim-related activities for non-technical claims in accordance with established quality and timeliness standards on specific losses. And so you're going to assist adjusters with more complex claim handling. You're going to participate in or assist in training new or less experienced employees, complete all necessary forms, logs, contact or receive contact from customers, receive screens and routes incoming calls, may investigate prior losses and other information on file, and other things like clerical duties, data entry, filing document. So they give us, the details down here, and they don't get into exactly who they're looking for, like as far as requirements go, but I will tell you that this is for the people who have worked in claims before. So I shared no experience, get your foot in the door claims positions earlier this week. This is for someone who has already been working in claims. So if you like this one, I would put my best foot forward and I would use the remote resume builder software, now improved with AI, and I would use the insurance claims resume template. And I would just go here, I would copy and paste this job description along with the responsibilities into the AI portion of the software, and it is going to help you customize. This is powered by Claude, okay? Our AI integration, Claude is the best software for this type of process. And if you were to go get a Claude subscription and you were to have the software, you're going to be spending way more. You can just do it all in one, and it's cheaper than just the Claude subscription. So don't believe me, try it out for just $1 during the try before you buy trial. And now let's move on to the next lead. Now, another lead from Allstate is their property adjuster opportunity. And they let us know what they're looking for in this role. They say 1 year of previous customer service experience is required. It's nice if you have insurance industry experience. It's also nice if you've used Xactimate, but not required. Ability to assess property damages and accurately determine claim coverage, excellent negotiation and communication skills. You gotta be able to work independently in a virtual environment. And they are hiring in Mountain, Central, and Pacific Standard Time zones. So all of us on the East Coast, we're not in this number, but I had to show some love to the West Coast, okay? Now, this opportunity is beginner friendly. It's a Monday through Friday role, and there are rotational Saturdays involved. But hey, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, every, 3-4 weeks, you might work a Saturday. That's not bad at all. And when I tell you insurance adjusters have so many options, it's just like with what I was saying about claims. You can move around, okay? And you're in demand. So I absolutely would put my best foot forward. I would just copy and paste this job description and, all of this information, and I would put it into the software, and you can get a customized resume, okay? It'll show you exactly how to make your resume better, copy and pasteable, things into the software. And I did a demo last week showing y'all how easy it is. So I would use the remote resume builder software. You could use the insurance customer service template since, you don't have to have an adjuster background, and we're adding an insurance adjuster template as well. So when you use the AI feature, you really can just start off from nothing and make it into something. And the templates just give you that extra razzle dazzle. So now let's move on to the next company. So moving along, the next company is an insurance company called Mercury Insurance. And this is another great one. I've shared them many times on the channel. Another huge company you can see, and they have a great rating. Now, jumping directly into the lead, this is for their appraisal specialist position. They're hiring in a number of locations. Pause the screen and make sure that your state is listed. And so they let us know that you need to be passionate about helping people restore their lives when the unexpected happens. So you're gonna research actual cash value of vehicles by gathering and analyzing current market information to reach an equitable settlement of damages for losses due to theft and collision while maintaining good customer service and shop relations. You're going to confirm title status, review DMV reports, negotiate storage fees with body shops and towing yards. You're going to respond to written correspondence, stay updated on current vehicle values, contact adjusters to confirm coverage, initiates contact with insureds, claimants, and complete and maintain comprehensive documentation of material damage. So to qualify, you just need a high school diploma, and you will be required to obtain a sponsored adjuster's license. Y'all, let me tell you, okay, that just made this lead even better, which is why I chose it. If you don't have your adjuster's license, this is one of the rare companies that I come across that will get you your adjuster's license. I see a lot of companies say, we'll hook you up with your PNC. I'll see a lot of companies say, we'll hook you up with your life and health. But not as many say, we're gonna hook you up with your adjuster's license. This is how you can get your foot in the door, and this is how you can move from this adjuster role to a previous adjuster related role that we just saw. Okay, so when I tell you put your best foot forward, I mean it. I would use the insurance customer service template. make it true to you. And then I would just copy and paste this job description into the AI feature, and it is going to help you customize. Okay. So y'all run, don't walk, run. And now let's move on to the next hot lead. Okay, so we're spinning the block on Vituity. I just shared this company this week, but they had some really awesome leads, and they have two I want to spotlight. If you're not familiar with them, like I wasn't, you can just go to their Glassdoor. They have a great rating, and you can see that this is also a large company, and people really approve of the CEO. Now, I'll show y'all how to get to their careers. If you're on their homepage, you can see it at the top here. You can scroll down just a little bit and see it again. They make it easy. And once you see that, just click on it and you can click browse jobs. So I'm going to get into the first of two leads. So the first lead that I want to spotlight is their provider enrollment specialist position. I like this opportunity because I know a lot of y'all are trying to get into this type of healthcare field. Okay. This is a really in-demand career track that you can get into in healthcare. And so you're going to prepare, submit, and scan approximately 1,000 provider enrollment applications per year for Medicare, Medicaid, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, CAQH, and other payer programs as needed, and is responsible for all aspects of payer portal access for individual providers. You're going to submit all applications to supervisor for audit. You're going to monitor submitted provider enrollment applications. Approvals are received and communicated to billing team prior to timely filing. You're going to manage daily administrative duties, prioritize requests, comfortable with working remotely full time. You're going to coordinate credentialing process. Okay, some folks have mentioned they want to get into credentialing. Here you go. Serve as liaison between billing company, providers, payer representatives, and they keep going. Okay, now this is what stood out to me. Okay, because I want to let y'all, in on what did Delilah see that she liked about this lead. There was a lot of non-phone stuff going on, a lot of it, okay? They told you you're going to be putting in them enrollment applications, 1,000 a year. You're going to get experience with Medicare, Medicaid, Blue Cross Blue Shield. I see companies ask for that experience all the time. And they gave us so many things that had nothing to do with the phone. Now, you also have to be okay with the phone because they tell us here you're going to have to communicate. And that means you got to pick up the horns, and that's okay. But look at all the things that have nothing to do with a phone. So this is a really great balanced role where you're doing a lot of various things, but you're also not, glued to the phone all day. So that gives you a break. That gives you breathing room. And that's something that I think a lot of y'all are really looking for. So to qualify, you just need a high school diploma, 2 to 4 years of healthcare experience. Okay, it's nice if you have a bachelor's degree, and 3 years of related healthcare experience preferred. So what is healthcare experience? All right. Well, if you have worked as a home health aide, if you've worked as a professional caregiver, you have healthcare experience. If you have worked at the front desk answering phones, if you have done scheduling of appointments, if you have done anything that touches the healthcare world, that is healthcare experience. I want a lot of y'all to start digging a little bit deeper, thinking about, well, what have I done? Because so many people will say, I'm not qualified. And then I'm like, yes, you are. And I'm not the person who will just tell you what you want to hear, okay? We know that. But a lot of folks don't think about, hey, I've been a caregiver for like the last 10 years, the last 5 years. That is healthcare experience. So absolutely put that on your resume. So they're going to give you good details here. And I like these details too. And if you do as well, then I would just copy and paste this job description. And I would start off using one of our mini healthcare templates. You could actually use the general healthcare resume template, copy and paste that description, and that is going to be perfect. You can customize from there. And if you have a background in maybe like patient accounts, or maybe you've done insurance verification, or you've done something already in the healthcare industry, we have tons of templates you can use. So that's what I would do. And now let's move on to the next hot lead. The next lead that I want to spotlight from Vituity is their office assistant position. So this is a great opportunity for the folks who have experience, being like that office admin, coordinator, assistant. This is another, document focused role. You're going to verify and ensure documents for accuracy. You're going to identify any documents, files, accounts that may have an error. Note in patient accounts all action. Complete data entry, provide documentation for account, process, sort, and receive incoming data, perform other office support tasks, including but not limited to data entry, and maintain a high level of customer service for our external and internal customers. This is a data entry role, okay? You are going to be doing a lot of data entry, and it's not just mindless typing, okay? This is the type of data entry you want to look into because there's a lot of documentation that you're going to have to look at for errors or oversight. So that's when you start getting into the better details, okay? So you need a high school diploma, 1 year of on-the-job working experience required. So you need to have experience doing something similar, working as an admin. And then you need to be able to type 40 words per minute. They give you, some other things here. Detail oriented, no 10 key, all of that jazz. So this is a great data entry role. Will you ever have to pick up the phone? Probably. We're at work. But is this a phone-based role? Absolutely not. So this is a non-phone job. This is what you want to look for when you're looking for non-phone jobs. And we see, because it's non-phone, okay, and we already know about non-phone and data entry type roles, these are details that you'll see on par, okay? That's on par with the details. So I'd say, hey, I'll show up, but you got to get me at the very top, all right? Not showing up for a penny less. You can do it. And if you really want them to like you, then I would put my best foot forward. And I would use that administrative coordinator template, copy and paste the job description into the AI feature, and be on my merry way. So now let's move it along. All right, so next on the list is Lyra. Okay, I've shared Lyra Health plenty in the past. This is a healthcare company you can see from their Glassdoor, and it's a huge one at that. Now, it's been a while since I've shared them, so I'll show you how to get to their careers. If you just go to who we are at the top and select careers, that'll take you to their careers, and we want to click on their health careers, and that's going to show you what they have available. I'm going to get into one right now. So jumping on in, this is for their onboarding support specialist position. This is another great administrative type role. Now this one is going to be, more focused on making sure clients get started on the right footing. So there's a lot of communication involved. So you cannot be allergic to a phone, email, none of that. So you're going to act as the first point of contact for members at the start of their journey, and you're going to provide proactive outreach to guide them through the online onboarding process until they are successfully placed in care. And so to qualify, you need to be a detail-driven rock star. You need to have exceptional customer service skills, specific experience in onboarding, engagement, and customer service within a digital health or telehealth environment. So, you need to have worked in healthcare before, getting patients onboarded. And then you also will have to learn how to use Zendesk and scheduling software. So that's awesome. And the ability to work independently and decisively to move a member from signed up to booked. So, you're going to be, getting some good details here. All right. I like that. Full-time benefits. We need that. So if you like this, then I would put my best foot forward again with the remote resume builder software. And I would start off with the patient account representative template. And then I would copy and paste that job description. And it's going to help me tighten that resume up. So now let's move on to the next hot lead. All right, moving along. All right, I have a lot of leads. I got to speed up. The next company is called Luna. This is another healthcare company. They provide in-home physical therapy, and you can check them out on their Glassdoor as well. Another large company. Now, just jumping into it, this is for their patient onboarding associate call center part-time position. Y'all have been asking for the part-time, and I want to give y'all part-time so badly. Y'all, it's just difficult. Most of these jobs are full-time. Those are already highly competitive. And then part-time, it just goes fast. So don't be surprised if this doesn't even last, for the next hour or two, okay, this position. Now, the other thing about this opportunity is they're only hiring in these locations, okay? So that's the other thing too. It's part-time, everybody wants it, and then sometimes they have location restrictions. And this is another onboarding role. So just like how I mentioned in that last lead, I would put my best foot forward using that patient account representative template, copy and paste the job description. The AI is going to help you customize and you'll be on your merry way. So now let's move on to the next lead. So moving along, the next lead is for a company called Vestas. And by the way, I think I forgot to mention, I'm getting into the leads that are requested now, okay? So the last lead part-time, that was a request. The next leads are gonna be requested leads. So they're gonna be limited in location, but they're gonna be specific to what y'all have told me in the comments. So don't be shy. I really do fulfill y'all's requests. Now, this company, Vestas, specializes in restroom solutions. And if you go to their Glassdoor, you can see information about them. They don't have the greatest rating, but they have 10,000 plus people who work there. So there's a lot of people who work at Vestas. Now, to navigate to their careers, you can just go to the top and select careers. And then from here, you can scroll down to this button. And then now you'll be able to see what they have available. I'm going to get into one right now. So this is for their fleet analyst position. They're hiring in a number of locations, okay? Pause the screen, make sure your state is listed. Someone had asked for transportation related roles. So when I saw this, I said, okay, this might fit. Now, this opportunity says that this is a full-time role and any candidate wishing to apply must have the ability to work effectively and efficiently in a 100% remote environment free from distractions. So what you're going to do is you're going to facilitate the process and data flow between internal and external stakeholders for various fleet and logistics programs, including but not limited to fleet registrations, toll devices, fuel cards, accident management and claims, asset transfer and disposals for U.S. and Canadian entities. Ensure fleet systems are up to date with pertinent information and be a point of contact for the field and our vendors for any questions or issues. Assist throughout an asset's life cycle from procurement, monitoring, transfers, disposal, and remarketing. The ideal candidate should comfortably navigate technological tools and concepts, showcasing an intermediate skill level. So this one also makes me remember I chatted with someone who was interested in procurement, okay? So if you were that person, or if you're into procurement, if you're into transportation, this one's got it all. And to qualify, you do need a bachelor's degree or equivalent, preferably in computer science, business management, logistics, or supply chain, or associate degree plus 2 years of relevant fleet experience. And so they get into some other experience things too, and we see the details here. So this isn't a lead that's for everybody. Okay, this isn't one of those get your foot in the door leads, but I am trying to make sure that, everyone who comes to this channel is getting a little something that they need. So this is a great, way to think about what do you want to get into if you don't meet these qualifications, okay? And keep in mind, companies aren't taking chances on people. They have all the qualified applicants they need. So if you're someone who's like, I don't know about this, I don't know about that, I don't know this, I don't know that, make sure that you're finding those opportunities that do allow you to learn those things. And then you can work your way up here. But for the, ladies who mentioned that this was their jam and this is what they've been doing, here you go. And I would use the remote resume builder software. And what you can do is you can add your resume, build your resume in the software, and you have the ability to either do that from scratch or a template. So I would do that from scratch, and then I would copy and paste this job description into the AI portion, and that's how you can customize. You don't always have to start off with a template. So now let's move it along. All right, I'm starting to lose my voice, y'all, okay? I have 3 more leads, okay? So this is a company called Shields Health Solutions. They specialize in integrated specialty pharmacy solutions. This is a new to this channel company. I was speaking to someone about farm tech roles, and you can check them out on their Glassdoor. Big company, great rating. Now to navigate to their careers, you can just go to the top, select careers, and it'll take you right there. I'm gonna get into a lead right now. So this is for their certified pharmacy technician refill and medication adherence position. And you're going to be in patient engagement. You need to have your pharm tech license. So you need a national certification that is required. And then you need to be state registered. Okay, that is also required. And you need to have 1 to 3 years of experience, preferably. If you have those licenses, then you likely meet that. And so this role, you're going to be doing a lot of what you already do, but from the house. So you're going to serve as a critical connection between patients, pharmacists, clinicians, and health system partners to ensure timely medication refills, resolving pharmacy claims, and delivering compassionate support across the care continuum. So that's what this role is. If you like this one, I would use that Pharm Tech template. All of our templates aren't listed here. They're in the software though. So when you log into the software, you'll just go to that search feature at the top. You'll see search at the top right corner, type in Pharm Tech, and then you can customize and use the AI feature. We're going to update this video this week on here so that you can see, a demo of what I showed y'all in the video last week of using that AI feature. But I'm telling y'all, it is amazing. So now let's move on to the next hot lead. All right, so the next hot lead comes from Prime Therapeutics. I'm just starting off on their Glassdoor. I've shared them a million times. Huge company, great rating. Now, this company specializes in therapeutics. And if you go directly to their website, you can go to their careers page. Now, I'm going to start off with their initial review pharmacy technician position. Both of the pharm tech positions that I saw came out today. So I said, why not share both? And so the requirements are very similar. They want you to have your pharm technician certification, meet state requirements, 2 years of experience, and it's nice if you have an associate's. You just need your high school diploma. And so you are going to review patient information and check appropriateness using clinical criteria, make approval recommendations on all services that meet clinical review criteria, and refer all cases not meeting clinical criteria to pharmacist clinical reviewer. So you know what you do in the pharmacy. Okay, you're gonna be doing that at the house, and I would use that same Pharm Tech template, go into the software, paste that job description, customize, be on your way. Now let's move on to the final hot lead. The final hot lead comes from a company called Centera Health. I've shared them multiple times as well. Another huge healthcare company. Just jumping directly into their lead. This is for the states of Florida and Virginia. This is a data entry role, okay? It's an 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday to Friday role. You have to live in Florida and Virginia. You need a high school diploma, 1 year of experience in healthcare insurance working with provider, network, or contract data, or a combination of education and experience. And this is a data entry role. You're going to ensure the data integrity of provider records entered and maintained in the credentialing and or payment systems. So this is a great one for folks interested in credentialing. This is a great one for folks who do something in the healthcare industry or in the insurance industry with like maybe Medicare or Medicaid. And the requirements are very simple, okay? So I love this one. If you do too, then you could use any of our healthcare templates. And remember, just copy and paste that job description. You could even use the data entry template and AI will help you customize. So there you guys have it. I told you I had a ton of leads, okay? Just because I shared all these leads, everybody needs to try out the software. I'm telling you, $1, try it out. We're giving you value, okay? We're losing out by letting you try it out for $1 because you get to use everything during that 7-day trial. And I can tell you, when you try it out, you're gonna want to keep the software. It's only $37 per month. Remember, our AI is powered by Claude. You can't get any better AI for these tasks. So try it out, link is in the description box below. And next up is Extra Leads Club. I already told y'all all of these leads come from Extra Leads Club. We do not play. It's only $10 a month. Extra Leads Club plus the remote resume builder software, that is an amazing combination. You're gonna have more leads than you know what to do with. Try it out. Next up is my Amazon storefront. If you need anything for your home office, a lot of times people forget Amazon, okay? I get a small commission if you get anything. I have multiple Amazon computers. I have given away a lot of Amazon computers in the past. You can get the whole hookup, okay? Right at 200 buckaroos. This will do what you need it to do. And last but certainly not least is my website, remoteworklife.co. We have a free resource on here called the Mega List of Jobs. We've shared so many companies over the years. We have it on here where you can search by what it is you want to do. So, let's say you want to do admin. You can type in admin on the list and you can see all of the companies that offer administrative roles. This is an amazing resource. It is free. Bookmark this page. Come here every day. We update the website with goodies. Okay, can't show those, but we update the website every single weekday with goodies. So check out my website, check out my Amazon storefront, join Extra Leads Club, and get your application using the remote resume builder software. We've got AI and templates. Thank you so much for watching. I truly hope this has been helpful, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.